this morning, we want to find out what fibroids is about. We want to know how it starts, the risk factors and whatnot. And we will not be having this conversation alone. This morning, we have our guest on standby. He's a medical practitioner. His name is Olufemi Anifoshe. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. And you?
I am very well, thank you. Thank you for joining us this morning. How's your day going?
Well, it's okay.
Okay, that's wonderful. Our conversation this morning is on fibroids, and just to establish what fibroids is, can you tell us what it means? What is fibroids?
Okay. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to enlighten people on these very important issues, especially in women. Fibroids can be defined as a benign growth or tumor that is arising from the muscle of the uterus, which is the womb in a woman, and is the commonest tumor of the female genital tract compared to other parts of the body. And also is more common among the reproductive age in women, that is from age 25 to 45 years of age. Actually, it has been can be detectable clinically among in about 20 to 45% of women over 30 years of age. I think that is a little definition of a fibroid.
What are some of the causes of fibroids? What are some of the causes of fibroids? Can you hear me?
Okay, I'm hearing you now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hearing you now.
So what are some of the causes of fibroids? What things can lead to fibroids in women?
Okay. Fibroid, generally, the main etiology or the main causes of fibroid is not known. But some other factors have been related to development of fibroid in women. For example, the fact that it is hormonal dependent. What it means is that in a female, there's some hormone that is regulating the pregnancy development. That is the estrogen and progesterone hormone, are the hormone that are expected in women after pregnancy to carry the pregnancy to the term. Especially the estrogen itself, the effect of estrogen on the muscle of the womb has some significant effect. It can make it to overgrow, and that is why we call it benign tumor. It is growth. So when the estrogen hormone is in excess, it makes the womb muscle to overgrow. That is why it becomes fibroid. And it was found that even for those that are not in the reproductive age, that is age between 25 to 45, those that are in menopausal age, that is above 45, they found out that even if they have fibroid, it regresses. It shows that this hormone, because this hormone is reduced after menopausal age, so it shows that hormone, this estrogen, has effect in development of fibroid in women. That is number one. Number two, it was found that it is a racial dependent. That is, it is found more in black women than in Caucasian women. That is, this may be due to as a result of genetic disposition. In black, the way our own genetics is created is different from the way in white. It's because of our environment or the climatic changes. So it's just natural like that it's more common in black women compared to Caucasian. Those are the little that can be the reason for causing a fibroid in women.
Okay. Dr. Olufemi, what about the symptoms? Like some people would say that the only time you would know when you have fibroids is when your stomach is swelling. Are there other symptoms when it has to do with fibroids? What are the symptoms of fibroids? Is it just the stomach swelling that we would see when, fibroids is there?
Okay. Yeah, fibroid, the presentation among the patients different. Some may have fibroids without any symptoms. We call them asymptomatic patients. That is, the fibroid is there, but they don't have any complaint. It doesn't affect them. It's just there. and it doesn't have any effect in the body. So, but the some that have fibroids and they have complaints, as part of the symptomatic patient, as part of the complaint, as you just mentioned, they have a stomach distension, which is abdominal distension. You know, most of the ladies want their abdomen to come flat, but they found out that their own is getting bigger, despite the fact that they are not pregnant. And other symptoms that can present is excessive menstrual bleeding. This depends on the size and the site where the fibroid is located within the womb. You see some ladies, women are menstruating instead of between 3 to 5 days. They'll be menstruating for more than a week, almost 2 weeks. This is abnormal. And also, it can make some women to be menstruating twice or thrice in a month. Any patient that is doing this will be thinking towards a fibroid condition. And other presentations that they may present may be in form of a severe lower abdominal pain. You find that some senior will be feeling pain, despite the fact that they're using a pain relief, it will be on and off. That is another form of our presentation. But another presentation is infertility. It makes some women to become infertile because of the effect of fibroid on the surrounding tissue. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you very clearly.
Okay.
So, for there are some myths that I need you to help me correct this morning when it has to do with fibroids. I like that you've been able to break down the symptoms. You say that some women are asymptomatic and it presents itself from the age of 25 to 35. But then you would hear people say that one of the reasons why women have fibroids is because they are not sexually active. How true is this?
That is the wrong question. Medically, it's the wrong question. Medically, doesn't mean if you are not sexually active that you will develop fibroids. No,
Okay.
it's not. Because sex does not relate to fibroids. If you see somebody that is sexually active, you still develop fibroids, whether they are sexually active or not. I've just told you that the hormone, which is dominant in women, it is what is personally. So the level of hormone in individual is different. So I can say because of sexually active, no, it's a wrong question.
All right. So what are the risk factors when it has to do with fibroids?
Okay, the risk factors.
Yes.
As I said, I said the fibroid is racial dependent. That is, it is more common in a black woman compared to the white women, which shows that it's an African origin generally, because it's more of a black woman. So you can say that being to black, one can have a higher risk of developing fibroid compared to the Caucasian. Another risk factor is obesity. Obese women are more prone to develop fibroid than women that is more of a normal weight. And the reason for this is that, the reason for this is that because of the fatty substances within the system, it takes some enzymes in the body that can convert this fatty tissue into this oestrogen hormone that is causing the fibroid. So the more the woman is obese, the more the oestrogen level is higher, and the more the person is prone to develop fibroid. And other risk factors involve maybe familiar history, the familiar tendency. If there is fibroid in a generation, it can transmit from one generation to the other. You find that some family, in the family, most of them are developing fibroid in their women. So it's possible that there may be a familiar tendency. Then the other one can be in the non-parous woman. You know, what I mean by non-parous woman is a woman that have not delivered at all, have not given back to baby at all. As compared to the multiparous woman, a woman that has delivered like 3, 4, 5 children, we found out that those ones are not really prone to fibroids compared to people that have not delivered at all. I think that is most of the risk factors.
All right.
All right. So let us now talk about diagnosis and treatment. How can fibroids be diagnosed and how can they be treated? Can they actually be removed?
Oh, okay. In diagnosis of fibroids, it can be either two ways. It can be diagnosed clinically or radiologically. What I mean by clinically is that the patient comes to the hospital, has a complaint, and we need to take some history from where the symptoms of fibroid. We ask them in the history. So this one can lead us to know whether it is fibroid or not. Then also from the physical examination of the patient, by examining the tummy, examining the general part of the body, we can also detect this is fibroid. Then radiologically, we can use other equipment to diagnose fibroid. Example, ultrasound, ultrasonography. Abdominal ultrasonography can give us the size and the size where the fibroid is located within the womb. Apart from that, they can do other regulatory administration which is what we call intesophageal. Is a way of diagnosing a fibroid. Apart from that, you can use CT scan, you can use magnetic resonance imaging scan, you can use laparoscopy or stereoscopy. All those equipment are being used, especially by gynecologists, to diagnose fibroid.
All right.
All right. So,
also, for the treatment.
yes. Yes.
For the treatment depends on the presentation of the patient. You know, as I said earlier on, if patient is symptomatic or symptomatic, it can be classified into conservative management, medical management, and surgical management. Conservative management depends on the presentation. It is for those that are asymptomatic, fibroid pregnancy, those that have fibroids, and also they are in menopausal age, because we expect that those fibroids should be regressing as they are going towards their menopausal age. And this one, what we normally do is just the periodical ultrasound testing to know whether the fibroid is increasing in size or reducing in size. So with this, we can know how to manage your size. But if it doesn't have any effect, it can regress as time goes on. So that one is conservative management. But for medical management, this one is used in order to reduce the symptoms of the tumor, or also to reduce the complication of it on the individual. This involves use of medication that will reduce the estrogen, as I said, and then the estrogen level in the system that is leading to the growth of these fibroids. So it is the drugs that will reduce the estrogen level in those patients, thereby it will reduce the size and other complications of it. And this can also be indicated in a patient that is not well ready or is not fit for surgery. And also it can be used, the medical management can be used in a patient that is already in a menopausal age, that is age 45 and above. So we don't need to remove it because we believe as time goes on, due to the reduction in the estrogen in a menopausal age, the fibroid will regress. So then the third management, the definitive management of fibroid, is surgical management, that is the removal of the fibroid.
Yeah.
We can also remove the fibroid from the muscles of the womb, or we remove the total fibroid together with the womb together. It depends on the topic. Let me give you an example.
All right.
For somebody that is bleeding every month, like 3 or 4 times in a month, the person will not have adequate healthy life, and the person will even go into anemic or heart failure due to the loss of blood. So in this case, as a medical practitioner, we advise, instead of following these strenuous symptoms, it's better to remove the whole fibroid together with the womb, and the person will have an adequate and healthy life. And the other indication for removal of the fibroid is for those that have infertility.
Okay.
If the fibroid is causing infertility in some women, by causing the tuber blockage or disrupting where the baby is going to fit within the womb, we need to remove the fibroid so that person can have proper pregnancy implantation.
Okay.
Another one is those patients that are having recurrent miscarriage, we call spontaneous abortion. A patient that is having more than 2 or 3 times miscarriage, we need to advise the patient to remove the fibroid that is causing the miscarriage, as that it can have adequate pregnancy and stable pregnancy.
Okay.
I think these are the indications of stable pregnancy.
Yes, I mean, very, very nice that you were able to break down, all of these things. And you were mentioning something on fibroids and pregnancy, and if fibroids and pregnancy. I mean, I want to understand this. Can fibroids actually affect pregnancy? That is it possible that a woman can be pregnant and also have fibroids at the same time? If it is possible, what then happens to the baby?
Yes. It is normal and it is possible for a woman to have fibroids and to be pregnant and even to deliver safely without any use. As I said, it depends on the size of the fibroid, Let me just make this clear. A fibroid can be located in 3 parts of the womb. It can be located within the cavity. Hello?
I can hear you. Yes. Yes, please go on.
Okay.
We can hear you very clearly.
Okay. It can be located within the cavity of the womb, in the muscle of the womb, and also outside the womb membrane that covers the womb. So it depends on the size. If it is located outside the womb cavity, a woman can be pregnant and also can deliver easily without any defect.
Okay.
However, if the fibroid is located either within the inside the womb cavity or within the wall or the muscle of the womb, it has some negative effect either on the baby or on the pregnancy itself. It depends on the stages of pregnancy.
Okay.
For example, first trimester pregnancy, that is pregnancy from conception to the 13 weeks. If the fibroid is located within the cavity, it can make the pregnancy to come and this leads to the what we call miscarriage, spontaneous abortion. So if it is also in the second trimester, that is above 13 weeks, so around 25 weeks, it can cause different effects on the pregnancy. One, it can cause severe pain during the pregnancy as a result of the fibroid, because it leads to what we call red degeneration of the fibroid.
All right.
So the patient, the women will have a serious pain, which is not a labor pain, throughout the labor period.
Okay.
Apart from that, because of the size of the fibroid, it can cause become labor. The labor will not come at the time that it's supposed to come, but due to the failure of the fibroid, it can make the woman to turn it to become labor.
Wow.
Apart from this, effect on the fetal itself, that is, effect on the baby, because of the size of the fibroid and the location, it can make the baby not to lie in a normal way for normal delivery. Normal delivery, a baby should lie head down and also in a long, in a vertical way. So that it can come down easily. But due to this fibroid, it can make it to lie maybe in a horizontal or transverse. This is very difficult to deliver such kind of baby. And also it can make the baby to present in abnormal way. Instead of the baby to present normally is like egg, due to the fibroid, the baby will not be able to rotate normally within the womb. The baby can come through, it can present with the uterus, with the leg, or with the hand.
Okay.
It's very difficult. In such case, surgery will be indicated for delivery of that baby. Also during the labor, due to the effect of the fibroid, it can make the fibroid, it can make the uterine contraction, that is, contraction of labor, to be very ineffective. And when it's not effective, it can delay the labor.
Okay.
So these are other effects of fibroid in pregnancy. Apart from that, if the fibroid is located at the tip of the opening of the womb, which is called cervix, and it's a cervical fibroid.
Okay.
It can obstruct the outlet of the baby to come out of the womb, and this can lead to obstructed labor. In this case, surgery will also need to remove this baby.
Okay.
So the effect of fibroid on the pregnancy is very, very, significant.
All right.
So that one needs to see gynecologist and they will know how to manage. It depends on the size and the size of the fibroid.
Okay.
All right, so let us conclude this very information-packed interview with on the mental health of women, that are going through fibroids. How can women better manage their mental health when dealing, and trying to solve this issue of fibroids, in your experience?
Okay. In my own experience, fibroid itself is not really solving the mental problem in the patient, but because of its complication, its effect on an individual. That is why it leads to psychological problems. For example, a woman that is menstruating twice or three times in a month should be very scared of what is going on. And even for to say her next message, she will be able to have a psychological stability to cope with that. And this can disrupt the normal health life of such person.
Yeah.
And also, a woman that is struggling from infertility, maybe it's not blocking from the fibroid, is been trying a lot to get pregnant, but couldn't get pregnant. This can affect her marriage, especially the newly couple. It can affect the marriage and even the family. This can lead to a mental problem or psychological problem for the woman. And also a woman that is having spontaneous abortion, that is miscarriage frequently. This can serve as a very psychological trauma. I would think one is just to advise such individuals to know what the real causes of this, the complications, and how to manage the complications. If it's going to need the surgery, the patient needs to be aware that it's the surgical kit that's going to solve the problem. If it's going to need a medical management, you also need to be a medical management that's going to solve the problem. And above all, if it's an obese patient, we need to counsel the patient that we have to reduce the weight. Because excessive obesity affects can cause the highest factor of development of women. So by adequate exercise, balanced diet, food, reduce fatty food in their own diet, also the assistance, and increasing in fruits and vegetables. That will help patients and those that have obesity. I think in overall, mental problem itself is not the fibroid, but the complications of the fibroid within the woman. That is why it's causing the mental problem.
Thank you so much, Olufemi Anifowoshe, for joining us this morning to have this conversation on fibroids, the meaning, the causes, and the treatments. We've really learned a lot from what you've told us and the information that you've given unto us. We hope that our viewers have also picked one or two things from this conversation. Do have yourself a lovely day, Femi.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, the conversation this morning has been on fibroids, and I hope you've been able to pick one or two things from the risk factors and, most importantly, the facts that we have shared with you earlier on how you should be healthy. Now we are addressing women generally all over the world. Your risk factors can be very high if you are eating fatty foods, if you are not exercising, and if you are not sleeping well. This can be one of the leading causes to depression, and you may be susceptible to having fibroids.